Hey, welcome to my video on the basic configurations for Windows NT Workstation. As you can see, when you first start your Windows NT virtual machine, when Windows comes up, it shows you or asks you this window is what's new. And since so many people used Windows 95 and 98 and kind of graduated up to these things, there were a lot of they made it user friendly to be very much like 95, 98. So it was an easy transition, but there were still questions. And so this was the help for the help topics. And if you've used Windows before, these are answers to some common questions. And so how do I start programs? And it shows you that you will hit the start button. This is the first time we had a start button. And you could go into programs. Okay. What happened to my program manager? Go into programs, indicates the common programs. Here we go. What happened to file manager? It's in here. To the Windows NT Explorer, click start and point to programs. Then go into Windows NT Explorer. That's where it is now. What happened to my control panel? Is now in settings. There's your control panel. And then there were other questions. Where did MS-DOS prompt go? What happened to the run command? How do I copy files? How do I switch between tasks? So there's actually quite a bit of help here in Windows NT program. So we're going to go ahead and close that. Here is the help contents, and if you've used Windows before. Now the basic configurations, this is what you would start out with. You have your recycle bin here. You have a connection to the internet if you set that up. So you would double click on the icons. This would help you set up a program to connect to the internet, but that would be the icon. Here's your inbox if you want to install Windows messaging. Your network neighborhood shows you that the entire network is Dining Desktop. You can add other computers, and we'll show you that in another video. And then Briefcase was well, to be honest, I'm not really sure. Looks like you can get into help from here. Not sure what all you could do in there. Close, edit, view. Maybe some things to work with. That one I'll have to play with a little bit more. But most important is My Computer, which shows you that we have an A floppy drive, a C hard drive, a D CD-ROM, and this is also where you would work with your control panel. You could add printers, and you could add a dial-up networking. So any one of those things you can double click into. We're going to click into the control panel. We're going to make it larger. And this is where you could change your time, where you could add devices, your keyboard, connect to the internet, change your display. This would create not only backgrounds that you could see. There's our little Scotty dog again. All right. You could also do a screensaver. Back at the time that this was, it was always an issue that if you left your monitor on, you could damage your monitor if you had a stagnant picture. So sometimes they would have these wild screensavers that you could set the time that it would go to, and it wouldn't hurt your monitor. All right. Appearance. Here again, you can change your colors. You can pick the scheme if you want to do something wild. There's rainy day, wheat. You could personalize your desktop to whatever you felt comfortable with and how you felt. You would hit apply and then OK, and this would change your how it looked. I guess my background is black there. Okay, so the control panel was really important. Also, this is where you would find out about your mouse and set it up if you wanted to. Pointers, if you wanted to change what your cursor looked like. Motion, your speed, general information. Always best to have a Microsoft keyboard and Microsoft mouse so there's no difficulties. Here's ports. Okay, you have a COM1 and a COM2. You could set those up. Your server, regional settings, printer, some sounds. Your system showed you your setup system. Telephony, that's interesting, about your current location so that your calls can be dialed correctly. Oh, how interesting. Tone dialing. So there's a lot of things that were precursors to what we're using in computers now. We'll just go ahead and close that if we can. Please enter one. Okay. All right. We're just going to cancel the whole schmaltz. There we go. And UPS, uninterruptible power supply, is installed on. So there's a lot of adjustments that you can make within the control panel. This is where they would all be made. Inside my computer on your desktop. Also, something that was a little bit new for probably Windows 95 was this Start button, which would help you with programs, help you with your documents. Certain settings would take you to the printers or taskbar. Here's a search, find for files or searching your computer. The help, which of course was always wonderful, and then here was your run if you were installing new computer or new software. And this was a shutdown if you were turning off the computer, which was always really funny because you hit the start button to turn off your computer. And there you go. I think I'm going to go back and change this to a different color. Thank you very much.